Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to Unity at 11 a.m. Pacific time today. I'm sure some people are quite happily sleeping at thinking it's 10. Let's all stand and sing a song that you may not have heard before. It's called My Religion is Kindness.
My religion is kindness. My church is nature. My God is a feeling that lives deep inside. My job is to be conscious. My path is forgiveness. My religion is kindness, and I practice it every day. Everyone has a story. Everyone has pain. When we strip away our masks, we find that we're really all the same. It's those little things we say and do that can mean so much. It's a smile, a connection, a simple love and touch. My religion is kindness. My church is nature. My God is a feeling. It lives deep inside. My job is to be conscious. My path is forgiveness. My religion is kindness, and I practice it every day. Every day. Today I'm gonna ask myself, what more can I do? Can I do now? To be a radiant child of God and let my love shine through. I'm gonna let my heart be my guide to give the best of me. I'm gonna share my joy, share my love, give it boundlessly. My religion is kindness. My church is nature. My God is a feeling. It lives deep inside. My job is to be conscious. My path is forgiveness. My religion is kindness, and I practice it every day. Every day. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Then Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came running after. She said, Jack, tell me, what can I do to help ease your mind? He said, hold my hand and just be kind, and I know I'll be fine. Religion is kindness. My church is nature. My God is a feeling. Lives deep inside. My job is to be conscious. My path is forgiveness. My religion is kindness, and I practice it every day. My religion is kindness. My church is nature. My God is a feeling that lives deep inside. My job is to be conscious. My path is forgiveness. My religion is kindness, and I practice it every day. Every day. My religion is kindness, and I practice it every day. Every day. My religion is kindness, and I'm gonna practice it every day.
Good morning, everyone. Isn't that a lovely song? Doesn't that just wake you up? One of several songs that we're going to introduce over the next few months and deepen our bench when it comes to music. So there we go. Good morning, everyone. I am Reverend Rona Segarra, and it is my pleasure to be here today and welcome you all to Unity of New Westminster. I am so grateful to be here and to see all of you who are here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And if you are joining us online, then hello to you from all of us here in beautiful British Columbia, Canada. We'd love to see you in person if you ever visit this place, and we're so grateful that you are watching us now. We gather every week to share ideas for full and abundant living. We draw on the teachings of Jesus, who we consider our primary way shower and example, And we honor that there is wisdom to be found in faith traditions all over the planet. All are welcome here. All are worthy here. All are celebrated here. And our intention every week is to give you ideas that you could choose to use for a life that is calm, connected, and contented. No dogma, just ideas. Shall we begin our program today in a time of quiet? We give thanks that we can join here today on the traditional and ancestral territory of the Kakite First Nation. We give thanks for this beautiful space, for the people who connect here. We come together to laugh, to sing, to be inspired, and to be reminded that we are one, that there is no place that God is not. And if your understanding for God has a different name, Yahweh, Allah, Creator, science, life, nature, quantum. If your God has a different name, then I invite you to consider replacing that word with whatever word works for you. We embrace the idea that whatever your word may be, that there is only one power, one universal intelligence, and there is no place that intelligence is not. And that includes each of us. We are part of that interconnected whole. We are one. And it is from that sense of oneness that we extend a blessing today to all people. All people, no matter where we live, no matter how we worship, who we love, how we look, how old we are, how able we are. We bless everyone, knowing that as we uplift them, we uplift all. And I invite you now in this quiet time to silently whisper the name of any person who is on your heart that you would love to uplift in prayer. We hold in prayer the leaders of nations, the people of nations, the people who are at war, those who are affected by war, affected by hunger, affected by illness, affected by climate and uncertainty. And we imagine embracing everyone in this blanket of love. It makes a difference. And for this time together, for this opportunity to mentally hold hands with everyone, we give thanks. We say Amen. Today is International Women's Day. And I'm going to, Prem, can I throw a curve at you and ask you to read the daily word? Come on up. Cindy is unable to be here today, and she was scheduled to. It's right there. Thank you.
Oh, there it is. Hello. Okay. Divine Feminine. I bless the Divine Feminine in myself and in all others. Today is International Women's Day, a time to celebrate women's achievements across societies and cultures. It is also a time to celebrate the Divine Feminine, which blesses all people. When I honor the Divine Feminine, I am recognizing God as love, compassion, and understanding, aspects that are present in everyone. The world is blessed by the contributions of those who embody the Divine Feminine in their words and actions, from the steeliness of protection to the softness and comfort of nurturance. I give thanks for the girls and women in my life as I lift up and celebrate the Divine Feminine in its many expressions. I affirm the Divine Feminine awakens and expands in my heart and blesses and prospers all life. This reading was inspired by Proverbs chapter 31, verse 31. Give her a share in the fruit of her hands, and let her works praise her in the city gates. And now we get to sing the song, Love is My Decision.
Love is my decision. It's up to me to give of my heart. Love is my decision. No one else can tell me to start. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision, right here and now. Love is my decision. It's up to me to stand on that bridge. Love is my decision. No one else can make me forgive. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision, right here and now. Love is my decision. It's up to me to dance down the road. Love is my decision. No one else can lighten my load. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. decision right here and now.
As we prepare ourselves to hear today's message, I invite you to close your eyes with me as we give ourselves this time, this gift of a peaceful pause. Notice your breath. Notice how life seems to breathe you. There's a natural rhythm of in and out. And one cannot happen without the other. We breathe in new life. We release that which no longer serves us. Take a moment now to give thanks for this breath of life. And then allow your attention to gently rise to your thinking. Your thoughts that sometimes serve you well, sometimes not so much. And yet, the whole intention of our mind and our thoughts are to support us and serve us. So take a moment now and give thanks for the tremendous gift of your mind. And then allow your attention to drift into your heart. Into this place where it seems that insight appears from nowhere. Where feelings are held so deeply. And allow these words to enter that space of feeling. The space of possibility. I have the power to choose my thoughts. In this Lenten season, I choose to consider my thoughts. I examine whether they are adding to my life, or whether my thoughts are causing pain. I have the power to release what no longer serves me. That power of release can extend to all areas of my life. My physical possessions, my relationships with others, my relationships to things, to money, to work. I have the power to release ideas that no longer serve me, beliefs that I may once have held dear, that have used their time and are now ready to pass away. I have the power to choose my thoughts. And I invite you now to listen to the Aramaic translation of the Lord's Prayer. And how expressly it invites us to release. The technology of today confirms what was said so many years ago. Father, Mother, birther and breath of all, create a space inside us and fill it with your presence. Let oneness now prevail. Your one desire then flows through ours as energy fills all form. Give us this day our physical and spiritual nourishment, and untangle the knots of error that bind us as we release others. Don't let appearances make us forgetful of the source, but free us to act appropriately. For age to age from you flows the glorious harmonies of life. May these statements be fertile ground from which our future grows. Today, as we consider the power of our thoughts, let us untangle the knots that bind us. And release others. Amen.
I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is more than enough. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is sacred love. I will leave this day as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this day as it is, go inside to find my God. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is more than enough. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is sacred love. I will leave this life as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this life as it is, go inside to find my God. Go inside to find my God. I'll go inside to find my God.
Trying to find my little step stool here, you know. One of the things I really appreciate about the music of Daniel Namod is he puts my God in there. And I was once at a conference where he was the musician, and he explained that he deliberately said that. That way it didn't matter what your definition of God is, the words will still have meaning for you. I thought that the guy is amazing. Today is the third Sunday in Lent. Lent is that 40 days that lead up to Easter. And if you do the math, you'll be like, that doesn't make sense. And the reason is it's 40 days that start on Ash Wednesday and go up to Maundy Thursday, which is the day before Good Friday. But it doesn't include Sundays. So it's like, you know, one of those, if it's that, then this. And I actually had to take a calendar out once to actually like, how does this happen? So 40 days of Lent. Sundays are considered the feast day, but every other day, the intention is that you are very mindful of a spiritual aspect that you would like to expand. And one of the ways that we celebrate or honor this season of Lent is that typically people give something up. Some give up coffee. Others give up intimate relations. Others might give up chocolate. Some social media. And others give up something more difficult. Complaining. And so on. The whole idea isn't because we want to sacrifice. The idea is to choose a habit that we have become accustomed to and use it as a trigger to remind you to focus on what's really important. It doesn't really matter what the thing is. The whole idea is to encourage us to become more mindful. And Charles Fillmore, who is the co-founder of Unity, he co-founded Unity in the late 1800s with his wife Myrtle. And he decided that chocolate and television, which wasn't even invented yet, but that these everyday things would be too easy. So he suggested that we eliminate negative thinking. Talk about something aspirational that we might all want to get to. The whole idea of imagining 40 days without criticizing, without judging, without complaining, without finding fault. That is a hill that's pretty high to climb, even if it's an anthill for some people. But can you imagine the power if we could actually accomplish at least some of this idea? William James once wrote, "The greatest discovery of our generation is that human beings can alter their lives by altering their attitudes of mind." Well, for me, the idea of eliminating negative thinking is so big that the very idea is enough to make me think negatively. And for this reason, instead of I just had the best Lent ever, I gave up sacrificing at all, which is the other alternative. My idea and my encouragement to us is that we use the power that we have to renounce something, to say, I'm going to release negative thinking, and pair it with where we want to go to, an aspirational goal that isn't just about the negative part, but actually adds the goal, which is, let's encourage nicer thinking. And of course, the reason I did that is to get in those letters L-E-N-T. I'm shamelessly going to admit that. But doesn't it feel nicer to think of encouraging ourselves to have nicer thoughts and not put too much pressure on ourselves about the idea of, you must eliminate negative thinking, because that's simply a direction to go into. This idea is found in the book of Romans. Because of how much it can transform our life, we find the words, be transformed by the renewing of your minds. And then in Philippians chapter 4, verse 8, which is my favorite passage in the Christian scriptures. Finally, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely. Think on these things. Even science talks about this now. We have discovered that through the wonders of quantum mechanics, that simply by looking at an experiment, we can actually alter the result that the experiment gives us. And what does that say to us? It means that we have power. I've always wanted a magnetic personality. Well, it turns out we all have them. We just don't necessarily use them as well as we could. But make no mistake, you have a magnetic personality. You have the power to change, not just your life, but the lives of the people around you. And, we're still learning some of this. Some people might think it's woo-woo still, but that science is actually showing it is comforting to me, because there was a part of me that always knew this. There's a part of you that might always know this too, because tell me you haven't had the experience of thinking about someone and then either you see them or they call you or somebody brings them up in conversation and you think, oh, what a lovely coincidence. Yes. Serendipity. I think it's magnetic. We are energetic beings. So our thinking matters a lot. And it's true that we have a brain that is wired to focus on the negative. Our brains are not designed to look at every single little thing that's going on. We would be way too overwhelmed. What our brains do is look for something that's out of the ordinary that might hurt us. And if we know this to be true, then we can be a little bit more mindful of that brain doing that thing, trying to protect us. It means that brain is also going to find offense and then become defensive when it senses that someone might be hurting our feelings or doing something that feels like it's harmful to us, or we find ourselves irritated, which is just a defense mechanism. We think about what should have been different, and all of it is just because our brain is trying to make us more secure. So what I'd like us to do is not think of eliminating negative thinking as a sacrifice, but rather as a journey towards nicer thinking. And part of this, the first thing we can recognize is that events themselves are neutral. Events themselves are neutral, and some of us are going to say that cannot be so. But think of, for example, I was doing a wedding in Whistler yesterday, and it was spitting rain, and some couples might have been like, oh, it's raining. Oh, maybe it's an omen, or... And then there are other couples, like the couple I had the privilege to marry yesterday, who like, oh, this is wonderful. This is so West Coast. This is our wedding day. What was true? it was raining. Their interpretation could have had one of 1,000 different viewpoints. The event is neutral. And here's an example of it. I'm going to bring Shakespeare to life today. You're welcome. In the second act of Hamlet, we see Hamlet walking down the road, and he comes across his friends Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, who are not dead at that point. Sorry, that's just a take on another show. Anyway, Hamlet says to his buddies, they were at university with him, he says, "What have you, my good friends, deserved at the hands of fortune that she sends you to prison hither?" And Guildenstern says, "Prison, my lord?" Hamlet says, Denmark is a prison. Rosencrantz, the wise one in my opinion here, says, "Then is the world one. The world is a prison." Hamlet says, "A goodly one in which there are many confines, wards, and dungeons, Denmark being one of the worst." Rosencrantz, "We think not so, Lord." Hamlet, "Why then 'tis none to you, for there is nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so. To me, it's a prison." And Rosencrantz says, "Why then your ambition makes it one. 'Tis too narrow for your mind." I find this so powerful. There's so much wisdom in these 5, I don't know, I'll call it 50 seconds of reading that I just did. The idea of people coming together, one says it's a prison, one says it isn't, one says maybe you're just a little too narrow-minded. Same place, different thinking, different experience. It's almost as if instead of putting the saying, mind over matter, well, my mom used to live by that credo. But hers was, if you don't mind, it doesn't matter. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter. And what I've come to realize along with that is that mind is matter. That what we perceive is our reality. It becomes the only thing that we see as a possibility. So how do we change? How do we move from our habit of negative thinking to encouraging nicer thinking? Well, over the course of the last little while, I've been considering almost everything that I've been teaching. And what I've come to realize is that almost everything I speak about is about bridging the gaps in our lives. The gaps which are between the actions we want and the actions we do, the relationships we want and the relationships we have, the beliefs we would like to aspire to, and the beliefs that seem to want to run the show instead. And it brought to mind my talk about minding the gap. Because everything is about this gap between our reality and our aspiration, our hope. And from that idea, and with a little help from ChatGPT, I realized that I could essentially pull this whole, like almost everything I talk about, into 3 steps that can be applied over and over again. So this is the first time you will see it, but I'm hoping it won't be the last. And I hope that over time, it will kind of take a life of its own and evolve, and it may change. But here's what I was thinking about, is Unity's third principle is that our thoughts create our experiences. And the alternative of that is then, if we are not living in a place of peace, if we're finding ourselves imprisoned by our habits, by our negative thinking behaviors, or whatever it might be, then it is time then to invite ourselves to ask the question, what other idea could add more peace? And given the idea of minding the gap, I come up with this three-step thing, this three-step acronym: gather, adjust, and practice. What do I mean by that? The first step we want to do whenever we find ourselves in judgment is to gather ourselves. Take a breath. Put a little hug around yourself and go, okay, hang on a second. The next step is to gather information. Do I have all the facts? Is it possible that there is more to the story that I'm telling myself than what I'm seeing on the surface? Sometimes it means gathering the people so that we can ask the questions. Gather. And then once we've gathered all this information, we can now choose if we want more calm, if we want more connection and contentment in our lives, then we can choose to adjust. And finally, because it doesn't happen overnight to break some of our habits, we're going to practice, because practice makes progress. None of us will do a change that will execute a change that we're aiming for perfectly. So let me talk first about gathering. Think of it, the gathering yourself, I'm going to trust by now that you know how to take a breath, how to go inside to find your God. And then once you are centered, ask and be open for information. Rosencrantz, remember, said, your ambition makes it one it is too narrow for your mind. I loved that. In his book, 7 Habits of Highly Successful People, Stephen Covey talks about the power of changing your story. And I'll quote some of this, or see if I can paraphrase it for you. One Sunday morning, he was riding on the New York subway, and it's a Sunday morning on the subway. Everybody's quiet. Some are reading the newspaper. Some today would be on their devices. People sitting quietly, enjoying the serenity of a Sunday morning. Then the next stop, a man and his children enter, and they are all over the place. The kids are loud, they are chaotic, they're running up and down, they're grabbing people's newspapers, and the father sits down right next to Stephen Covey. And it's as if he's absolutely oblivious. So what happens? The people who were enjoying the quiet start to steam. You can imagine. And finally, Covey couldn't take it anymore, and he turns to the man and he says, "Sir, your children are disturbing everyone. I wonder if you could control them a little bit more." And the man slowly lifted his gaze and said softly, "You're right. I guess I should do something. We just came from the hospital where their mother has just died. I don't know what to think, and I guess they don't know what to do about it either." Covey said that in that moment, everything changed. And some of you would be like, "Well, no, nothing changed." But yes, everything changed. The kids continued to run. But what changed was his compassion, because he understood more of the context. So often we see the top of the iceberg. And sometimes the top of the iceberg can be mucky and ugly and gray and annoying and irritating, but often we don't know what's underneath. Wayne Dyer said we can change the way we look at things. The things we look at change. We are the ones who can look at a situation that is distressing and find some way to be compassionate about it. Just by flicking our own mental switch and saying, maybe we don't know everything. Mind is matter. What if instead of assuming the worst, then we assume a good intention? What if we remember that everyone is doing the best that they can with the resources that they may have today, and those resources may not be as wholesome as they were yesterday or how wholesome they may be tomorrow? But in the moment, the best we can do is what we have access to now, and sometimes it ain't always up to the task. So, gather the information. And then adjust. Are you willing to adjust? I left it as a separate part, not just because I needed something for the letter A, but also because it's its own step. The step of asking if I'm willing to do these things. Is what I'm thinking true? Is it helpful? Is it inspiring? Is it necessary? Is it kind? It's amazing how we can, in the space of a second, a split second, completely shift, just as Covey did. In our journey from where we want to get to and where we are now, let us bridge the gap. Let us mind the gap. And when something turns negative, let us gather ourselves, gather the information. Let us choose to adjust. And let us give ourselves the grace to know that we won't be perfect at it. Practice makes progress. And the payoff is massive. Our thoughts shape the way we experience life. And when we encourage wiser thinking, when we encourage true, helpful, inspiring, necessary, and kind, when we show up with compassion, it changes the atmosphere around us because we have magnetic personalities. One thought at a time. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind. It will transform the renewing of others as well. Move from negative thinking along the path to encouraging nicer thinking. I bless you.
Hello everyone, I'm Glenn, and here are today's announcements. Please join us from 4 p.m. to 4:45 Zoom tomorrow for Monday meditation. We check in with each other, enjoyed a guided meditation, and we uplift and acknowledge each person as we read the names of the people on our prayer list. To add a person to the prayer list, please fill in the prayer request slip found in your welcome packet. You can also send us an email and submit a prayer request on our website or app. Thank you all who attended our community brainstorming session last week. It was fun, it was interactive, and our session generated many great ideas. Our next step is to move from storming to forming, moving from ideas to implementation. You are all invited to be part of this process. Please join us on Zoom tomorrow evening, March 9th at 7 p.m. and as we share the ideas and discuss what our next steps will be. We hope you'll be part of our connection crew, which will work to link ideas to action. The Zoom link is on our website. Last fall, we began a discussion using the book Presence and Potential by Reverend Dr. Martha Creek. The discussion was so rich and rewarding that we didn't finish the book, and so we're adding a 4-week spring session starting March the 11th and ending April 1st, the week before Easter. And that will be on Zoom. The book discusses practical ideas for richer relationships, including how to stay calm under pressure, how to stay true to yourself without disconnecting from others, how to cultivate your own imagination for creative solutions, and how to build resilience for all of life's situations. And again, reminder that it's on Zoom. The discussion group is led by Reverend Rona, and the book is available on Amazon and Audible. You can also hear Martha read it on YouTube, and no pre-reading is necessary. Tomorrow is the last day for the early bird rate for the Unity Canada Conference, which will be held online from May 1st to 3rd. Join the fun of connecting with Unity spiritual communities across Canada. This year's virtual format includes a Friday night keynote event, workshops, music, Unity Canada's annual general meeting, and a special Sunday service. Unity of New Westminster is fully self-supported, and we are grateful for your gifts, which help us to share empowering ideas. Many of us contribute with pre-authorized payments. So if you are not placing anything into the contribution basket today, please bless it silently as it comes to you, and then pass the basket along. If you want to give with a credit card, please scan the QR code on your screen. For our online viewers, you'll find a donation link in the description of the recording. And please like and subscribe to our channel so we can reach more people. Please give freely from a place of abundance and gratitude. And thank you. We are so blessed.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
Oh my goodness, are we ever blessed? Thank you all so much for being here today. I want to say a few words to the youngins at the back. Children, you are all amazing. First, thank you for the lovely helmet, not helmet, what do you call this thing? crown, my bunny crown. Thank you. I just want to acknowledge, though, how lovely it is to hear the little bit of chit-chat between you and to have you in our midst. Thank you all so much. You're amazing, amazing kids. We think you're wonderful. And thank you to all who participated in today's service and in the setup. Shirley, thank you for helping. Allison is in the kitchen, Richard and Pamela at the back, Glenn being our reader today, and Prem, thank you for stepping in just like that. There are elves and fairies who help every week to put food together and coffee together and do all kinds of things. A couple of things. Please notice that Wednesday evening's program was planned to be in person. It now will be on Zoom. It is Ramadan, and our space is used during Ramadan for Ramadan festivities with the group that we rent to here, and we're so delighted that we're able to do that. And we'll make space for them by going on to Zoom. And then tomorrow night on Zoom at 7 o'clock, the amazing experience we had last week with the brainstorming. One of the things we don't want is to lose momentum. So we are going to move forward with a brainstorm, which we may end up breaking into different rooms. And those who are interested in doing the community choir or singing group will go into one room, and people who are interested in expanding the children's program will go in another, and that kind of thing. And so we'll do what we can to actually keep the momentum going. And that's why we're calling it a crew, because we want to keep the momentum moving. And immediately after we move into a circle, we're going to sing our prayer for protection and our I Am the Light of God song. And then Richard is going to grace us with his voice with a song I haven't heard yet. So this will be awesome. But before we do that, they're all looking and having so much fun. I don't want to interrupt them. So we're just going to bless the children right where they are. Children, we're all going to say to you all, children of light, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we see the light that shines as you. You are a light in our world, and we are so glad you're here. Let's move into a circle, everyone. You should just be able to play it. Just hit play again.
I am the light of God. I am the love of God. I am the power of God. I am the presence of God. Wherever I am, God is. I am the light of God. I am the love of God. I am the power of God. I am the presence of God. Wherever I am, God is. You are the light of God. You are the love of God. You are the power of God. You are the presence of God. Wherever you are, God is. You are the light of God. You are the love of God. You are the power of God. You are the presence of God. Wherever you are, God is. We are the light of God. We are the love of God. We are the power of God. We are the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is. And all is well.
There's a sweet, sweet spirit in this place, and I know it is the Spirit of the Lord. There are sweet expressions on each face, and I know it is the Spirit of the Lord. Sweet Holy Spirit, sweet Heavenly Dove, stay right here with us, filling us with your love. And for these blessings, I lift my heart in praise. Without a doubt, we'll know that we have been revived when we shall leave this place.